more shot, one more bottle till you faded out of my mind. One more hit, random kiss till I forget you were mine. I can't keep thinking about you until 1:45 for the rest of my life. So it's one more shot, one more bottle till I make you my once upon a time. You put your music out, you make sure your music is copyrighted, you register with the right bodies. So for every stream, for radio play, you earn your money from there. So that's a passive way of earning money. Performance-wise, of course, it's gigging. The more consistent shows you get, or shows you get that offer enough, because as much as you keep getting further in your career, a name is made for you. Therefore, that name starts becoming what attracts the money to you as well. For example, if you heard I'm headlining a gig and Karun is headlining a gig, we're not gonna be at where I am in my career. She's of course gonna get a lot more because she's Karun. Karun is a veteran in this industry. You can't just start, So like, there's that as an active way of earning money from your music. There's also songwriting and doing background vocals for people, another way of earning your money. So I know that it is sustainable in the long run. It's just that people keep forgetting that just like any other job, you're working yourself from nobody knowing you to the top. So the perks keep growing and coming depending on how far you are in your career. But I'd say, yeah, it is a sustainable thing because I've seen it happen for people. I just cannot speak for myself at the moment. But it's always nice earning a few extra, tunes on the side. I would say the amount of work you put into it is always paramount and as for quality, I'm not sure because art is subjective. There's someone I listen to and I'm like, I don't know what y'all are bumping to, but... And then there's people who, like, everyone can say for sure this person is a star, listen to their stuff. But I'd say work is always there. For anything you're doing in life, putting in the work is always gonna be paramount, yeah. Just show up for yourself. Shoot your shot. That thing you're so terrified of doing, do it. Because if I had never shot out the DMs that I shot, I'd probably still be in my bedroom right now thinking about a music career that doesn't exist. I'll just be like, one day I'll do this. Yeah, one day I'll be a star. One day I'll be on TV. Because you see, I was terrified when I did it. And I went into it, I need people to know, because I feel like people think I joke about this. You see that music business knowledge I'm talking about? I had nothing, absolutely nothing. I didn't know how to record. Could not even tell you what the inside of a recording studio looked like, even a bedroom studio. I didn't know how to properly communicate. This is what I wanted to sound like. So I'm just gonna say, that which you really want to do, but you're terrified of it, go out and do it. What's the worst that will happen? You'll fail. And I know people don't like failing, but you learn a lot more in failing than you do by not trying. So just do it. Like, if you're sure you love this thing, go for it. You will never regret trying if you really wanted it. Because I'm telling you, the world will not stop for you in your bedroom telling yourself, I'm gonna be a star. The world will move. The world doesn't care. There's always something new for the world to come and pick up on. So just put your stuff out there, and I'd say also be confident in yourself. Because no one is gonna give you the time of day if even you don't believe that you're worth being listened to. All the time. I can say for sure all the time. As someone who is starting out and is aware of the vast difference between you and the people you're getting to meet, it's terrifying. I mean, I remember meeting Maya Mullah for the first time, and the whole time I could not even talk to her. I was just like, in fact, I remember standing very far away from her because I did not want to pollute her air with my presence. And like, you know, because you're like, in your head, you're like, oh, this person probably is so annoyed by my presence here. You think so much when you're in imposter syndrome. You're like, this person doesn't know who I am. If they find out who I am, they're gonna laugh because I'm not where they're at. But from what I've learned is a lot of these people are just casual people. They're literally, guys, they're just people. Like, they're literally just you further along in your career, I guess. And they're so, the advice I've gotten, the like, reassurance I've gotten, especially hearing someone that you've been listening to on Spotify all your life tell you that you have such an amazing voice. You know, you're like, wow. So you hear it too. It's, yeah, you're like, damn. And it's I feel like I have not met a single person that I looked up to and regretted it, because they are such lovely people. And you also start to learn how to be more confident in yourself when you meet these people. And I think it was what I was talking about, knowing your worth. When you meet these people and you see that they're carrying themselves not because they are like aware of where they're at in their career, but more so because they're aware of what they have to offer as artists, and they're so authentic to themselves and their art that you honestly can't help but be inspired. And then like, there's meeting them in like music circles, that's one thing, but then like when you even get to meet them in a different circle and like actually approach them as a human, now it even becomes a lot more personal, because now you're like, wow, I hear the struggles you have, I have them too. And like, we're just all in the same field, like trying to figure out the best thing for us. And then it just kind of humbles you, and you're like, no, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna get where I want to get. Yeah. I'd say, first of all, you mentioning as a female artist, I know this is going to sound absolutely hilarious and trivial, but I'd say the most irritating thing for me is when people see me and I tell them, oh, I'm a singer. And then they look at me and they're like, another pretty girl who's just trying to nini. And so there's so many people I've plugged my music to, and they were like, no, she probably can't sing. Like, she's just out there. Like, yeah, she's just a wannabe trying to ride the wave of like all these female artists who are popping out. And to them I say, thank you for underestimating me. It gives me power. But like, trying to get people to actually listen to your music is very difficult, because there's people already listening to the established artists out there that they like, and you really have to like, because I was seeing this video that came out recently about Tyler the Creator talking about you have to consistently plug your music. Like, I feel like sometimes as an upcoming artist you feel like you're doing too much, so you like plug your music and then you'll stop and you'll be like, are these people, do they even care? I'm just like here making noise for them. And like I said, for you, that was what happened to me, where I plugged it and then I was like, no, this is doing way too much. Rest. People will listen to it when they want to listen to it. Now I'm like, no, I'm going to shove this song down your throat. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen. But like, take a moment to just like listen to something. So finding, because I also was trying to make money from the music, or at least try to perform, because that was my biggest query as a shy person trying to learn how to perform. I didn't even care about the money in the beginning. Now I do, because I need it for upkeep, guys. But trying to get shows and having only one single out was very difficult, because now people don't want to bet on a person they're not sure of, which is why a huge shout out to my friends for being the people to say, no, you can't, you want this one to perform for you. So yeah, just getting people to listen to you, period, is very difficult. Because I've even done shows where I know no one was listening to me, and I just had to sit there looking at all of them and keep doing what I need to do because they had come to see someone else. I was just like like a curtain opener for them or whatever. So yeah, it's very difficult just getting an audience. I feel like people don't talk about it a lot. As someone who has nothing, like no one knows who you are, it's very difficult. But your art will always speak for you. Like, it's hilarious that the very same people who would come to a show to ignore me are now constantly like, when is your next show? Which is very encouraging. You know, the funny thing is, even as I was a child singing for the grass, I told myself that I'm just gonna use my first name. Just easier for people to find me everywhere. And yeah, because I was like, so what am I gonna call myself? Lil Iya. I remember that was a running joke in my friend group. They were like, if you become a rapper, call yourself Lil Iya. And yeah, every once in a while when I write a rap, I want to drop in Lil Iya there. So if you ever see a hip hop album, it's that girl. It's that girl. I never want to say that I'm a specific genre of artist, mostly because, like I said, I'm only in the beginning of my career. So what I'm doing now is just this phase of my life. Yeah, because I have so much influence from so many different genres. And I know that I will want to dip into those genres. The further I get in my career, the further I know what I want to do. For example, rock. I am telling you people, I am going to put out a rock project and I am very excited for that era. Just not maybe right now. But I'd say right now I'm focusing a lot more on R&B and hip hop and indie soul. Yeah. But that's not, it's not who I am, it's just what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. I will credit this man as the man who gave me my career, Mr. Rumbi. Shout out to Rumbi for taking a chance on that random girl that DM'd him. Shout out to Dazzles for hitting me up, helping me put out my first single and more to come. And shout out to my crew. Shout out to Andia, Mali, Ashton, Wami, Zawadi. Those are my peeps. I love them. I hope I haven't left out names. Shoutouts are usually so anxiety-inducing because I'm like, I haven't mentioned someone. Oh, my brothers. We are a collective of different independent artists, but you'll always find us together. And it's so funny because everyone thinks we're in a band. It is the very same people I've mentioned. So we have our guy, Rick. We all call him Ricardo. He plays guitar for us. And then we BGV for each other. So like, if you see me at an Andia show, BGVing, that's what's up, Zawadi, Mali, Wami. We tend to roll in the same circle. So we call ourselves Makeshift. Actually, there's several names for it, but the one that stuck was Makeshift because it was a literal makeshift name at that moment. Anyone who knows me in my family life knows that I don't like being home. I'm a homebody who doesn't like being at home. I like my own space. I don't like a collectively shared space. Actually, I really like my upcountry. I just want my own place in upcountry, but I don't want to stay with, like I like my own space. I just don't want other people there. Like if I could separate my bedroom from the house. Yeah, I volunteered with this organization called VSO. So you'd be sent to one of 5 different counties and stay at a host home. And then you'd be doing activities in that community. And yeah, and it was with other youth from the UK. So I did that for 3 months. I was in Lloyd Talk. It was honestly best moments of my life. If you could loop a period of your life and live in that loop forever, I would stay there. I love the friends I made, the connections I made, just the living. It was so nice. I miss all those people. Shout out to Mama Kyoko, she was my host mom. I was hanging out with kids and so many animals every day, and it made me so happy. I'd go to schools and like teach a few subjects for a while. It was so nice. I was only 18, and for me that was like the height of living because I just left my parents' house, just finished high school. To me that was life. I can't believe it was like 4 years ago. To me it's just yesterday. I know I wouldn't be doing anything 9 to 5. My body refused that when I was a child, guys. I never even liked school. It's also a job. I would probably be Lushago, feeding cows. I know Sembuse. That's how you know I'm from the coast. I don't know. I'm actually not good at spoken Swahili, but written, I'm very good at it. I've just never written a song in Swahili. Maybe that's my homework for today. So if I wasn't doing music, I keep saying this and people think it's a joke. You'd probably find me somewhere where there's a beach, just living, not even soft life, just living somewhere with a small patch of garden so that I eat from my garden and I just chill. I'm just and my friends say I'm a hippie. I just like peace and chillness. I don't like the hustle and bustle of life. I just want to live. Like, I feel like a human's point of being on this planet was to live. So I'd probably, what would I be doing? That's actually a scary thought because as far as I'm concerned, I will always be doing something related to music. My mind cannot think of anything else. I'm in school. I just deferred for a while. I don't know, something to do with PR and something like journalism, which has, I've learned a bit from it, I guess, that has helped me now. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, that degree was just going to be hung on my parents' wall. I've performed at Muse under Tangaza, and I feel like that was one of my favorite shows of the year for sure, because that was when I showcased a lot of new music at that moment that people hadn't heard, and the crowd was amazing. And so shout out to Tangaza for that one. That was by far the one I put up there. Other places, I've performed at Radio 2, at Muthaiga Golf Club, I think is what it's called, for Radio 254 as well. It was our first ever show. They were the first radio interview I ever had, and the family, I promise you at Radio 254, those people are family. They make you feel so welcomed as an artist, and I immediately told them, I don't need to get paid. You guys need artists, I'm down, I'm here. And it was such a lovely time, and they took such good care of us, and I love the family at Radio 254. I love you guys. Where else have I performed? Jesus. I feel like I've performed in different places under people, like doing the Mawimbi shows with Xenia and Ecstatic and Valerie. So yeah, I've been around. Cheers to bigger spaces after this now, yeah. I feel like before it would be the melody in my head would come first and then I would write. Lately it's waiting on people to send me tracks. Like, people send me a track, I get to sit with that track and properly figure out and flesh out what I want from it, and then I start writing and then head to studio. Either record a demo or just start. Sometimes I write while the track is being shown to me and we can record it right then if we're in studio. My process is I write based off of my own experiences and emotions, because I feel like this is what started from when I was younger. I needed a way to get rid of these emotions because I could not talk about them. So every time I can pen a song down, I'm done with that emotion. I've processed it, I'm fine. And even now, that's still true to where it's at. So be careful if you cross beat. You might just find yourself in an album. I just sit down, and if the beat, because for me, I keep saying music has always been a reflection of an emotion for me. Like even my favorite songs are not just my favorite songs because it sounds nice. It's because it's probably a line or a lyric or that resonated with me, and I was like, yeah, I felt like that, or yeah, that's true. And so the main goal of my writing is to always make sure that I'm being as honest as possible at my writing. I don't like writing. You won't find me saying, I have 2 choppers, there's a gun in my car. I wish, but no, I don't have any of that, so I won't write it. So it's just how I was feeling in the moment. If like the producer sent me, most of the times, honestly, I use the songs to process my own emotions. So a producer will send me a beat and I'll be like, oh, this song sounds like that feeling. So I'm going to write about that feeling, and immediately I write about it. I'm done feeling that feeling. I've got through that. Like that thing is now a bygone. So yeah, that's my whole process, is just me writing in my journal, basically. I feel a lot, guys. I feel a lot. Hey, Shape, shout out to Patience. You did a lot to us, man. I'd say it helped me because I was in school then, and I never even wanted to join uni, guys. I was like, I've completed the mandatory this many years of school. I want to finish at conservatoire and learn my instrument and learn my theory. But my dad was like, hell no, not in this household, you're going to go to university. So I think COVID, the biggest blessing it gave me was that there was no school. So I was able to sit down with myself and properly just, again, just like figure out, so what do you really want? Like, what's going on right now? You're 19 years old, you're doing this degree, you clearly don't like it. You still have the same, bits of depression that you had before. We don't want you, because my biggest fear in life is not being happy. And so I was like, what are you going to do right now that can help you achieve your happiness? And I had finished high school and I was yet to join uni, so they really were just giving me anything that would make sure I'm not idle doing drugs. So I said, I'll get my driver's license and I'll go do music. I think we've met each other 50-50. Yeah, so my mom, I think, luckily, I'd say she's the one who really helped out, because she was like, you've known she likes music. She's not doing anything, just pay for her to do this. So now I was free and I was looking for things to keep me busy. So I even started my podcast. Something people don't know is that I have a podcast. Zico, and I'm adding more this year because I've missed it. So I started doing podcasting, and in the first episode I put out, I talked about how I've always loved music, and I was like, I do this thing seriously. And I started writing again. I wrote some beautiful songs, I won't lie. Some are crap, but a lot of them are beautiful. And so it really that was the period I was shooting shots at people, and I was listening to a lot more. I feel like I genuinely did a deep dive into Kenyan music, because like the familiar names, but you don't know everyone. And I just started finding these artists, and I'm like, my God, you people have been in existence and no one has told me about you. That's like a great disservice that people are doing. So COVID really just helped me figure out what was bringing me happiness in life, and the major thing was music. And then that's when I was like, no, we're gonna go out there and do this thing for real. Like, it's not gonna be a dream. You're not gonna be singing for grass anymore. We're doing the real thing now. So it was a blessing in disguise for me. Okay, well, be diagnosed with it? No, I've had a few funny colds, but I maybe that was it. But yeah, I didn't get COVID. The funny thing is, I didn't even go out much, but I was so mad at the curfew. I was like, what in the nut? Like, we're children? The government, until today, I still don't understand the correlation between curfew and stopping the spread. But, I'm also not a medical professional, so I don't know. But, I also hated the not being able to like go to see people as much and the shutting down of places where we'd meet up. But yeah, and staying home, sitting in your room with your loud ass thoughts was the most horrible thing in the world. So anyway, we did it. We got through it, guys. Hey, let me not say that and then today they announce another curfew. Now that masks are back. I don't know, guys. Let me know. Make time to rest or the world and your body will force you to rest. You know, in COVID, I saw my mother have no idea what to do with herself because she has never taught herself to rest in her 40 plus years on this planet. That woman was going insane. And I was like, bro, even me, I need to chill before I have no idea how to learn how to chill, like rest. Because I think it was rest and mental health. I lost a lot of friends to suicide during that time. So, guys, it's okay to not be okay, seek help. Talk to people, journal, find a healthy outlet. Because, yeah, that was a dark time. Period. Hey man, it was dark for a lot of people. So rest and take care of your mental health. I mean, I wouldn't say I've seen myself to the end just yet. I feel like every now and then it's a very comforting. I can't speak for everyone's experience, but I can speak for myself. I feel like I refused the fact that I would be depressed, that I possibly was depressed for a long time. Because I feel like also by the time it happened for me, we were living in the times where, you know how people say those things like, oh, she's not depressed. It's just a trend now. Everyone is saying that they're depressed. So for a long time, even I was like, maybe I'm not depressed. Maybe I'm just sad. But then, but I feel like I truly noticed it when it hit like end of form 2. And my whole personality shifted. You see how bubbly I am now and everything? I was nothing. I was a shell of a human. I would just sit in class, look at the clock, wait for the clock to pass. I'd even fall asleep in class, get in trouble for falling asleep. They'd wake me up. I'd just go back to sleep because I was like, what's the point anyway? Like, what are you gonna do that's worse than how I already feel? I would write the most horrendous things in my journal. I remember being suicidal at some point. I basically just lost all hope in life. And I did not care about what happened to me. Guys, when I say I got through KCSE and got into university, and even till today, I don't know how that happened. Because I was not reading. I basically didn't care about where my life was going. They would call my parents to school and be like, she's failing. And I'd just be sat there and they'd be like, Iyanah, this is your future. And I'd be like, what future? No one cares. Nothing matters. I remember my siblings being terrified for me, my closest friends being terrified for me. I lost so many friends, but I had this one friend called Melanie, and I love her for that, for always, despite the horrible things I would say and horrible ways I would act, constantly coming back to me. I basically just didn't have hope for all that period. I was ready to die. I was perfectly ready for the world to end, for me to be shot. It was like I didn't care what was gonna happen as long as I didn't have to be there. I was fine with it. That was the darkest period of my life. Would not wish that on my worst enemy. It is not something you want to go through. And the worst part is that I asked for help several times and I was told by my parents to pray and think positively. Thank you, Mom. So now I feel like it's like how I said, I can't even explain to you what the change was. I just remember waking up one day and saying, I don't want to feel like this anymore. It sucks. It is not my portion. This is not why I am on this planet, to feel like I'm ready to die. And then for me, I started my podcast, which was, the whole basis of my podcast is basically an audio journal of my life, because I felt like, should something happen to me, I want to put out something out there that will make people know that it's fine. You were not the only one. I went through this as well, and I am still going through it, and I'm just documenting it so that you can see that I have my horrible days, I have my good days, I have everything in between. Like I might still be depressed, but good things are happening still. And I remember reading a lot of which is hilarious because I never used to like self-help books, but I read some and they were actually nice, and I was like, so I'd like read out something that I thought would help someone as well on there. And then I just started concentrating on things that made me happy. I always had like body dysmorphia, so I was like, let's just start working out, and working out brings its own endorphins to you. I started talking to people a lot more because during that period I would just not tell people how I was feeling because so much was going on in my life that I didn't want to share that with people because I felt either embarrassed, or I felt like I was a burden to them, or I felt like they just didn't want to hear it. So I feel like finding healthy ways to battle it is helpful, but the thing is, it's not the same. It's not a one size fits all thing for people. Some people genuinely need the medication to get through it. Some people need therapy. Some people like me just need to find something to distract their minds from telling them horrible things. And that worked for me, which is why I hate being idle, because when I am idle, those thoughts can still come back. Yeah, so I try to keep myself doing something at all times, and hanging out with people always helps out, so yeah. As for an identity, I feel like knowing who you are or the way you would like to present yourself to the world is always important, because it gives you a sense of self-worth and self-confidence. And also you always see an artist's identity peep through their work. Like, so there's someone like Tyler, the creator. His art is literally, you've never met the man, but so many people feel like they know him because his personality shines through like so much. And I don't know, I feel like identity is also a very broad thing. It's like, who are you? Who do you want to put forth to the world? Because I know people who like their artist self is like a polar different person from who they are, but is an identity in itself. So I feel like that's just kind of, I feel like the ability of an artist to put a bit of their soul into what they're doing is probably what I'd call putting their identity into their work. Man, I actually think it's such an honor that you think I have found myself. I am still on the journey of figuring out who this girl is. Your guess is as good as mine. Personally, my like self-worth and self-esteem have fluctuated throughout my life. I'd say what has helped me identity-wise is being authentic and just truthful. So whatever stage I'm at in life, you will know through the music I'm making. So maybe that's my style of dropping my identity into my work. It's how I was feeling, it's who I was at that time. Because I also believe in like the multifacetedness of being a human, that you're not always the same person. We change to fit where we are currently and stuff. Yeah, we evolve. So I feel like just making sure that in my art there is an authentic piece of me in there is probably how I'd say my identity is put forth into my art. Love and life? I don't know, man. Ngumu, tricky kidogo. Kwanza huko kwa love, whoa. It's Nairobi, my guy. Nairobi was I came to we're talking about growing up in the coast. I only came to Nairobi for like high school and uni. So it was the worst parts of my life where I was actually actively getting involved in relationships. I'd say an artist like Karun is someone I look up to in like self-love, because like the Catch a Vibe EP she put out had a lot of those elements. For me, guys, as I said, my self-love and self-worth and self-esteem, they're riding their own wave. Yeah, but I would say it's very important to love yourself, especially as an artist. Because like we were talking about the whole knowing your own worth, and how are you going to make people listen to your music if you yourself do not believe that you're like an artist worth listening to and stuff. So, self-love. I feel like I love myself a lot more when I record. When I put out, sometimes I'm a bit wary of myself because I'm like, hey, what if I've been jamming to this song by myself and it's not even nice? And I'm just telling these people, listen to it. But just even on those tough days, on the days that you don't believe yourself, tell yourself lies like that's your boyfriend who's texting you and you know he's dating someone else. That's what I'd say. All the best. I don't know, it's just, I'm telling you, love yourself even on the days when you're the hardest person to love. And for life, I'd keep saying, don't be hard on yourself. We're all going through our own experiences. Life is not always doing unto you what you wish it would be doing, but take elements out of life, even the good and the bad, they can help you out. So it's a lesson. Life is a lesson. It's constantly learning and unlearning. I mean, I honestly would say just a gift and talent, because so many people ask me like, so where'd you go for like vocal classes? And I'm like, honest, I wouldn't even lie to you. I didn't know that was a thing until I was like 17. Genuinely, someone asked me and I was like, that's a thing. I just have been singing since I was able to produce sound. The only thing I can say is maybe just as I grew older, trying to learn the different things I can do with my voice. But I'd say it's a gift and a talent. Sorry guys, I wish I had tips. I wish I knew what to say. With hard work and YouTube videos, you too can sing like this. Can't even say it seriously. It didn't come easy, guys. Yeah. Honestly, thank you. Because people classify me as an adult and I'm like, I'm a child. I'm a child. A girl toto. Sometimes I wish I was more experienced for like I feel like I look at, like we're saying, you meet more established artists and you're like, wow, I wish I was where you're at right now. But at the same time, I quite enjoy being young in the music right now because I feel like people, you know how they say youth is wasted on the young? I think it's because we're so terrified of making mistakes. Especially now in the day and age we're living in with social media and like influencers, you don't want to be caught slacking. You don't want to be caught like you were doing the wrong thing, or like, you know, like you want to rush yourself into perfection. For me, I love making mistakes because the more mistakes you make, the more you learn. And that's a mistake made is one less mistake made in the future. So I enjoy being young in that. Personally, I think being a Gen Z is really cool. I'm very proud of my generation. We've started a lot of things and movements, and I feel like just being young in this time gives me enough time to make mistakes and write them before I'm too old. It gives me time to learn new crafts because I'm not like old enough to worry that maybe I'm too old to be getting into it, which of course is rubbish, period. But like, at least I feel like for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm where I need to be, where I'm at. So I enjoy being young. Personally, I enjoy meeting the people younger than me as well, because sometimes I forget that because I'm young, there's actually more youngins behind me. I'm learning so much. I feel like I'm in the like middle stage where I'm meeting people old enough to give me their experience and their knowledge, and at the point where I can look at young people and learn new things from them, because it's always important to look at the people after you. They have so much knowledge and stuff you've never even thought of to begin with. Yeah. So I love where I'm at right now. For the first time in a while, I'll say I'm satisfied with where I'm at. That which you're afraid of doing but you want to do it, go for it. Like, life is too short to not go after the things that make you happy, regardless of your age, where you are at in life. Also, I'm very big on quitting when something doesn't give you happiness. So if it's not making you happy, remember your only role on this planet is to find your purpose and be happy. So go for it. At the end of the day, no one cares that much even. We're always thinking about what other people are thinking. They have their own problems. They're just trying to, distract themselves with yours at the moment. So go for it. Do what you love. Life is short and humanity is fleeting. So do what you want to do, guys. My name is Iyanah Kiragu on every social media platform. Stream my music wherever you stream music. I'm Iyanah on there. Yeah, just Iyanah. Don't be a DM, say hi, I will reply. Oh, not now though, I'm off social media, but later. Bro, it's so hard when your life is in shambles and you're supposed to be taking pictures like this and showing people you're happy.
Yeah.
I'm crying, guys. Leave me alone. See, when you people expect you to post a happy picture, kumbe sayo ushapanguza ume. It's hard. It's so hard. You're like, I know. Screw it. That's the worst part. When you actually show emotions, people are like, sasa anatuambia nini si ati tuliuliza. And you're like, whoa, guys, breathe. I feel like people forget that. My name is Iyanah, and we are about to perform an original of mine. It's called Make It Make Sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where do I even begin? No, I should stay away. To you I was just a game. Should've stayed in my lane, I could never win. Just another notch on your belt, one more trophy to put on your shelf. Never fucking hated on myself more than I did when I saw you pick her over me. It's not like I put it past you to do something so shady. I was just hoping that it'll be different. You could get your act together and not be so stupid. Was useless, thinking that I could've changed you, thinking that all the shit you used to tell me was anything other than crazy. I swear I usually don't let these kind of things ever faze me, but I let my walls down, was so vulnerable and you played me. I don't know, I don't understand. Make it make sense. I don't know, I don't understand how you let a perfect 10 like me slip right through your hands. There I go again, coming through with high expectations, hurting myself, hoping that some niggas gonna meet them. I thought that it'd be you. I was wrong, didn't take long for you to find somebody new. Hope it was worth it. I hope you go to bed every night knowing you didn't deserve this. I hope you look at her and know for certain she could never match this. But it's cool, I'm past it. Wish y'all the best of luck. Hope you don't blow it. I don't know, I don't understand. Make it make sense. I don't know, I don't understand how you let a perfect 10 like me slip right through your hands, right through your hands. Let me slip right through your hands. through your hands, through your hands. How you let a perfect 10 like me slip right through your hands.